Hi, welcome to Working with Integers. This can be a really difficult concept to master at first. It just takes a little bit of practice. Let's look at these rules that are helpful. The first one is if you see numbers and they're the same sign, then you're going to find the sum. You're going to add them and then keep the same sign. The second rule is if there's different signs, you're going to find the difference, which is subtraction, and keep the sign of the bigger number. Let's take a look at this second rule. Different signs, we're going to find the difference, and there's the subtraction sign. Keep the sign of the bigger number. When I say the bigger number, I mean the number that's further away from 0. So we're going to actually look at the numbers like they're both positive and determine which number is further away from 0. So 11 would be further away from 5. So 11 would be the further number, and if we thought about it as the absolute value, it would be the bigger number. So that's what I mean when I say bigger number. And since 11 is negative, that would be the sign that we would keep. Well, let's try a couple of these problems. First, we have -7 minus 4. I think about it as -7 and -4. They're both the same sign, so that takes me to this rule. So we would add them. And then it says keep the same sign. So that was pretty easy. Let's try another one. We have a -3 plus a -10. When you have a positive and a negative in front of the same number, the number is really negative. So this is kind of confusing. And you can actually think about it as -3 and -10. And that would put you at the first rule, the same sign. You would add them and keep the same sign, which would be -13. Number 3 is the same. We have a -5 plus a -4. Well, when there's a positive and a negative in front of the same number, the number is really negative. That puts us at the first rule, the same sign. Take the sum and keep the same sign. Number 4 is different. We have a +9 and a -2. That puts us at the different signs rule. And it says that we need to find the difference, which is subtract, and keep the sign of the bigger number, which would be 9, and it's positive, so 7 would be positive. Number 5, we have a +6 and a -8. That puts us at the different signs rule, and it says we need to find the difference, which is subtract, and keep the sign of the bigger number. If we think about the absolute value, 8 would be bigger, and it's got a negative in front of it. Number 6, we have different signs. So it puts us in the different signs box. So the answer would be 6, and we keep the sign of the bigger number. So that would be -11. And number 7, we have a -8 and a +8. Both of the signs are different, so we're going to take the difference, which would be 0. And 0 is neither negative or positive, so you don't have to write a sign in front of it. Now, I think these are really fun. This puts us in the minus box. I'm looking right here at the minus in front of the 4. When you have a minus in front of a number, it changes it into a plus. So I'm going to rewrite that and drop down what was in front of it. And now 4 is really positive. What this means is, what is the opposite of -4? And that's +4. But I just like to think of minus makes a plus. Now the signs are different. It puts us in the different box. And it would be 2, and it would be positive because if I think about the absolute values, this number's bigger and it's positive. Let's look at number 9. I have a minus again. Oh, what fun. So that makes that number change to a +5. I'm going to drop this down. Now I have different signs, so that puts me with the difference rule. I'm going to take the difference, and it's 0. And the last one, I have a minus, so I'm going to change that to a positive. Drop this down. I have a +12 and a +1, and that is 13 because they're the same sign. So this is working with integers. It's a little tricky at first. Hopefully these rules will be very helpful. Thank you for watching the video, and check out more of my videos online.